Alright, let's be real. How many times have you found yourself stuck in the friend zone? You know, that awkward place where you're basically putting in boyfriend/girlfriend energy, but only getting bestie vibes back. It's like being benched in the game of love, right? But here's the twist. What if I told you the friend zone isn't even real?
No way. No way.
Yep, it's more about how you see yourself than how they see you. In this video, I'm gonna help you escape this imaginary cage with tips that actually work. We'll break down the mindsets, behaviors, and hidden mistakes that keep you locked up. Spoiler, this is about to get real and maybe a little uncomfortable. But if you're ready to flip the script, let's dive in. The problem starts inside you. Here's the deal. Most of the time, the friend zone is more about what's going on inside you than anything the other person is doing. When you catch feelings, the whole dynamic changes, even if you don't say it out loud. It's like walking around with foggy glasses. You're so focused on them that you forget to check what's happening on your end. So, first step, get real with yourself. Ask, what do I actually want out of this relationship? Next, let's flip the focus. Instead of obsessing over them, put that energy into leveling yourself up. Always wanted to try salsa dancing? Go for it. Thinking about picking up a hobby like photography? Now's the time. The glow up isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling good. Confidence? That's the real MVP. And hey, don't sleep on the small stuff. Upgrade your style, grab a fresh haircut, or start a playlist that hypes you up. Treat yourself like the main character of your own story. When you start radiating that I'm awesome and I know it energy, people notice. And the best part? You're doing it for you, not for anyone else. Be honest about your intentions. Time for some truth bombs. Pretending you're cool with just being friends when you're not? Yeah, that's a recipe for frustration. Trying to hide feelings is like taping a crack on a window. It's gonna break eventually. Admitting what's up might feel scary, but trust me, it's way better than bottling it up and hoping they'll magically read your mind. So, here's the play. Find a chill moment to talk. No background noise, no distractions. Then, drop a simple, no-drama line like, hey, I've been feeling something more than friendship, and I thought you should know. It's honest, it's real, and it doesn't put them on the spot. Think of it as handing them the remote. They can hit play, pause, or even stop, but at least you've said your piece. Worried about fumbling it? Practice. Talk to yourself in the mirror or jot down your thoughts. And yeah, be ready for any outcome. Whether it's a thanks, but no thanks, or I feel the same way, putting yourself out there is a win. Why? Because you're owning your feelings, and that's brave as heck. And here's the kicker. Being honest doesn't just clear the air with them. It clears the air with you. Once you've said what you need to say, you can stop playing the guessing game and move forward, whatever that looks like. Maybe it's the start of a new chapter together. Or maybe it's the closure you didn't know you needed. Either way, honesty is like hitting the refresh button on your emotional life. Adjusting the relationship dynamic. Here's where we get into the fun stuff. Shifting the vibe. Emotional attraction isn't about cheesy lines or overthinking every little move. It's about being real, making them laugh, and sharing those moments that stick in their mind. Think back to the last time you laughed so hard you couldn't breathe. That's the energy you want to create. Fun, light, and unforgettable. Shared experiences are your secret weapon. Plan something out of the ordinary. Maybe a random hike, trying out a new recipe together, or even hitting up an escape room. Those moments don't just create memories. They build a connection. Oh, and don't underestimate the subtle moves, like brushing their arm during a laugh or holding eye contact just a little longer. It's like saying 1,000 words without saying anything at all. But here's the golden rule. Keep it authentic. Don't treat this like a mission to win them over. Nobody wants to feel like they're a prize in some game. Focus on building a bond that's real, and if romance happens, let it grow naturally. And if you've already had the let's talk conversation and their answer was a no, this is where you adjust the relationship. Scale back a little, not in a cold or distant way, but enough to give yourself some breathing room. Spend time on new hobbies, catch up with other friends, or throw yourself into a project you've been putting off. Remember, this isn't about being petty or showing them what they're missing. It's about respecting the boundaries they set while also setting some for yourself. You're reminding both them and yourself that your life is full of value, with or without a romantic label. Respecting boundaries and time. Alright, let's talk about boundaries, aka the unspoken rules of emotional survival. Reading the room is essential. Sometimes we hear what we want to hear instead of what's really being said. If their texts get shorter, their laughs less frequent, or their vibe just feels off, it might be time to take a step back. On the flip side, if they're leaning in, laughing harder, and finding excuses to spend more time with you, that's a green light. Now, if the signals aren't what you hoped for, it's okay. It might sting, but trust me, doubling down and pushing harder will only make things awkward for both of you. Instead, hit the pause button. Give them space, and more importantly, give yourself some. Space doesn't mean ghosting or acting like they don't exist. It's about resetting the balance. Use this time wisely. Start a new workout routine, dive into a passion project, or even take that spontaneous road trip you've been dreaming about. The goal isn't to distract yourself. It's to rediscover yourself. When you're thriving, you're magnetic, and not just to them, to everyone. Also, patience is your best wingman. Genuine connections don't happen overnight. Respecting their time, emotions, and boundaries shows maturity and confidence. Even if this doesn't turn into the love story you wanted, it could lead to a stronger friendship or clear the path for something even better. Rejection as fuel for growth. Here's the deal, rejection sucks. There's no sugarcoating it. But here's the plot twist. It doesn't have to be the end. Think of it as the spark for a new beginning. Every no is like a detour sign, redirecting you towards something even better. The real question is, what are you going to do with that detour? First things first, let yourself feel it. Don't shove the emotions down and pretend you're fine if you're not. Take a day or two to binge your favorite comfort show or vent to your bestie. But after that, it's time to flip the script. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Whether it's about communication, boundaries, or self-worth, there's always a lesson hiding in the awkwardness of rejection. Then start small. Set a couple of goals for yourself. Things you've been meaning to try but kept putting off. Want to learn guitar? Sign up for lessons. Curious about kickboxing? Go for it. These little wins add up and remind you that your worth isn't tied to anyone else's opinion. And don't forget, rejection isn't the end of your story. It's a plot twist. Use it to build confidence, grow resilience, and create a life that makes you excited to wake up every day. So what's the verdict? The friend zone might seem like a dead end, but it's really just another fork in the road. One that can lead to serious personal growth if you let it. The main takeaway here is action. Nothing changes if you keep circling the same loop of hoping, overthinking, and playing it safe. Now, here's your challenge. Which step are you taking first? Are you diving into a new hobby, having the talk, or hitting the reset button? Drop it in the comments and share your game plan, because trust me, someone else out there might need to hear it too. Before you go, don't forget to hit subscribe and tap that bell.